Dalvin, you took some pretty big hits on Sunday. Any extra soreness on Monday?
Nah, it was one of them games. Physical game. Knew what we was getting ourselves into. Just was one of those, man. But I think we did a pretty good job. I play running back. I'm gonna get banged up, but recovery is key. I'm in the training room a lot with the equipment. With the strength and conditioning coach. Just getting to it, trying to get my body back together.
The third down play, where it won in the second quarter, and then there was the fourth quarter. Was it the same injury both times with the ankle?
Nah, the first one I just had a stinger. It was kind of unusual. I've been playing football since I was 4. That was my first stinger, so it was kind of different for me. And then when I went down later, it was the ankle. So it was 2 different things. But I'm good.
I assume that stinger is kind of scary when you're just kind of laying face down.
Yeah, and why I was laying like that because it was different for me because I didn't know whether I should get up. I didn't know where it was where it was coming from. It was just it just went real quick and that was it. But it was just something different for me that I never felt. So I just was taking precautions, letting the trainers come take care of what they need to take care of.
Is there any treatment you have to do moving forward for that, or is that?
What, for a stinger? Yeah. Nah, go away and you play football.
It looked like J.J. Watt maybe had some words for you or some John.
I think it was more of him and Suggs had their thing going on. But it was kind of unusual for him to come over there and talk, But it's football. Things happen. We move on. It was one of those plays where it was just bang bang and it happened.
How excited are you to have fans back for a regular season game at U.S. Bank Stadium, and how much of a difference do you think that'll make?
Yeah, we itching to get back in the bank, and the way things started, we got kind of a salty taste in our mouth that we just trying to go get a win, no matter how we get it, and it's kind of landed for us that we back home in front of our fans. We can go and compete, and we can have that noise and everything that affects the other team to be in our favor. I think it's been about a year since the fans been back in there, so it should be pretty loud. So we expecting that to help us, and just to, like I said, just to get a win, no matter how we get it, no matter the score, we just trying to go get us a win.
And jumping off that, are you excited about playing Seattle here this time instead of out there?
Yeah, I thought they signed a contract for us to go over there every year. It's been crazy, but for them to come here is gonna be fun. We've been dealing with their fans for quite a bit, so now it's time for them to deal with us. So Score Nation, we need y'all to be loud this week.
Even though the games have been out there, how frustrating has it been to just kind of lose to Seattle, year after year last year?
Yeah, losing period is frustrating in this league. You put so much into your craft, into what you do every day. So losing is, it's not a good thing in this league. Especially coming back on Mondays and having that bad feeling. But to get back on track and get a win against those guys. It's been the same group going against those guys for quite a bit. So to get a win against those guys, it feel good.
Dalvin, what enabled that stretch in the first half where you were, rattling off 8 yards of carry there for a while?
Just trusting in my guys up front, trusting in the play calling. We had a good scheme coming up against those guys all week that I felt it was good that what we was calling and stuff like that. Offensive coordinator Clint was getting some good calls in, and I was just hitting them. My O-line was giving me big holes. So I was just taking advantage. You got to credit those guys, battling back from what they went through in week 1. I don't think they probably had 1 penalty or something like that. Kept the quarterback clean. So give credit to those guys for battling back and not being shy of stepping up to the plate and being a pro.
It seemed like there was a lot of motion from KJ Osborne to take a defender out of their gaps a couple times, kind of enabling you to hit things downhill. How much did that type of scheme help you against that team on Sunday?
Yeah, we did. We mixed it up quite a bit. We moved KJ around a lot. KJ is one of them type of players we could do that with. We moved him quite a bit around, but just getting guys moving. We know they was a fast defense, so we had to move those guys around a bit. And I just found some seams and hit them. But like I said, Clint called it a good game, and that's what he's been doing for us, 2 weeks straight. So we just gotta move on and go get us a win.
How hard is it to keep hitting plays like that, bang, 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 and then just physical standpoint, you gotta come out to get a blow, even though the next play could be just as critical.
Yeah, just that, and with me, I got a great relationship with the guys in my room. Just trusting in 25 that he gonna come in and do the same thing I could do. We two different runners, but as far as production, he could come in and do the same thing. Be productive, and I trust and believe in that. So when I need a blow, there's no second guessing of coming out and getting a breather. It's I believe in Alex to come in and make a play for us to help us win a football game. So that's what it comes down to.
No matter where the offense has been the first 2 weeks, whether it's a slow start in Cincinnati and then finding a groove and, hot start in Arizona and then only scoring 3 points in the second half, it seems like Kirk's put the team in position at the end of the game to win games. What's stood out to you about just like those situations that he's got the offense in those critical moments?
That's 8. That's what he do, man. He been playing lights out football. That fourth quarter, you see a different demeanor in him. Let's go win the game. And that's what he's been like, since I've been around him. He just been dialed in, and you've been seeing him taking steps every year to be a good quarterback. So, these past 2 games, it's been fun because we've been in the fourth quarter and having a chance to go win the game or put ourselves in positions to do that with, kicking the field goal or whatever it is the situation is. And, he's been dialed in. So, it's just fun going out there with him and competing because, once you see him dialed in, you see some pretty good throws coming out his hand. And I get the ball sometimes, so it's fun. And just being back there with him, man, he's an interesting person. Just how much he can retain information, in the heat of the moment. And I always say quarterback's unique because we got some long plays, and he come in the huddle and just fire him right away. And I'm like, how you remember all that? And it's just like it's different, especially in the heat of the moment. So a special player, man. I love being around him. I just feel like he's been growing so much, and we've been growing together in the backfield just as far as communication and stuff like that. So, these couple of games in the fourth quarter, it's no surprise that we've been successful at what we've been doing because, we've been putting in the work.
Coach Zimmer said that his leadership is even better this season, Kirk Cousins. What have you noticed in that regard?
Just being comfortable, just being him. When you come to a new organization, quarterback a lot, you're just kind of filling yourself out. And I think, Aid is at the point where he's just being him, man. And, in the game this past weekend, he got us going for the second half. That was the thing for us, come out the second half and be ready to play. And I think Aid did a great job of that, of getting us ready to come out in the second half and be ready to play. So, that was good. And, he's been being him, man, being that leader we asked of.
Dalvin, a couple of weeks ago, you talked about the importance of getting off to a good start. Is it mentally taxing at all to have to dig yourself out of a hole again for a second straight year?
I didn't hear you, man.
Is it mentally taxing to have to dig yourself out of an early season hole this year, like last year after it's a couple of weeks ago, you were talking about the importance of getting off to a good start?
Yeah. We go back and look at the 2 games that we lost, comparing them to last year. If you want to do that, it's different. You see the grit in the teams, and you see it's a different when you put them hand in hand. But like we said, we didn't get the start we wanted to. But I think things happen for a reason. That's how I always look at life. Things happen for a reason. We home for 3 straight games. We could go on a tear for 3 straight weeks. Things happen for a reason, just to see where you at mentally and stuff like that. So I think mentally we're in a good space. We know the team that we can be. We know the team that we aiming to be. We just got to go get it done and finish the deal that we did, the past 2 weeks.
Hey, Dalvin, what's it like going against Bobby Wagner? And as many times as you've done it, you start to get the feel for it.
It's fun. Always, each week, it's always a guy that elevates your play. Every defense is good in the NFL. That's why it's the NFL. The best guys are going against the best guys. But every week, like last week, I think Buda Baker was probably one of the best safeties I ever faced. Just as far as way he moved around. I think Bobby's the same way, and it elevates my play to where I want to get him before he get me. That's just my play. You know what I'm saying? Just making plays and stuff like that. It elevates my games to play better when I'm going against guys like that, especially Bobby at linebacker. One of the best in the past 10 years.
How much different is it? I mean, you were 0-2 last year, but you guys didn't play well at all in the first 2 games. But you're playing a lot better, but you're still 0-2. I mean, it's still the same record, but how much of a difference is it between the two seasons?
Yeah, you see the play. I know y'all watch a lot of film, especially I know you watch a lot of film. You can see the difference in, you know what's going on and how things are happening. But we're a confident group. Like I said, this group got a lot of grit, and we just searching for a win. That's what we're searching for right now. I don't matter if it goes 7-6, 3-0. We just searching for one right now. And I think once we get out of our belt, you're gonna see a team that's settled in and play to the potential that we know we could play at.
Florida State's down right now. Do you see the day that Deion Sanders would go there and be a coach, head coach?
I think Deion having fun at JSU. I'll be watching his Instagram and stuff like that. He having fun. I think Coach Novell is a great fit for us. I talked to him quite a bit. We just got to get guys to buy into what Florida State truly about, and that's a lot of stuff that they got to figure out down there in Tallahassee. So I think Coach Novell is a great fit. Hiring Deion would bring in a lot of recruits, but what else would it bring?
So what did Shug say to JJ?
Hey, JJ. I don't know what they had going on. I was trying to make sure I was okay. But they did have some words that I don't think I could say on this mic.
Pretty big size difference there.
Yeah, I was telling Shug he's better call the O-line for backup.
Thanks, everyone. Love Kirk Redditt.
Appreciate it.